Prosperity isn't about shortcuts or luck. It's about commitment, the right associations, and a mindset that refuses to stop. The gold is there, waiting, but it won't come easy. If you stop before you get there, you'll never see it. Keep digging, keep pushing beyond, because life always rewards those who have the courage to persist. The internal battle, survival versus prosperity. Be careful with your brain. It only wants to survive. Your heart, however, longs to prosper. This is the internal battle we all face. In the end, you must choose which voice to follow. When you decide to read a book, you tell your brain, "I will pay myself with knowledge." But if you fail, you must hold yourself accountable. Your brain learns through discipline. When you understand the importance of association, you'll start to see how much the people around you impact your growth. The seed and the fruit. Recently, I met one of the most influential figures in the Bitcoin world. During our conversation, I asked two direct questions. 1, are you a criminal? 2, why are you here? The atmosphere became tense, but I needed to understand something simple. I don't care about the story someone tells me. What matters is the seed and the fruit they carry. The same applies to the people around you. Don't judge them by their stories. Judge them by the impact they create and the fruits they bear. What truly pleases God? Many believe that exemplary behavior is what pleases God, but the truth is different. It's not your good behavior that matters most to Him. It's fulfilling the purpose He planted in you. Consider these examples. The midwives in Egypt defied Pharaoh to save Moses. They lied, yet God honored them. David, called a man after God's own heart, had serious flaws as a father and leader. Abraham made mistakes, but fulfilled his purpose. God isn't focused on your appearance or adherence to rules. He's interested in your ability to fulfill the purpose He planted in your heart. Faith, the key to pleasing God. The purpose God places in you is always bigger than your human capacity. That's why faith is essential. It's not about what you can do, it's about what you believe God can do through you. When God calls you, it's natural to laugh or doubt. Sarah laughed when she heard she'd have a child in her old age. But those moments reveal the magnitude of the purpose. It's not small, it's too great for our limited understanding. Stop seeking validation in your behavior and focus on fulfilling your purpose. God has called you to something bigger, something that requires faith and courage. Believe in it, even when it seems impossible. Why God doesn't reveal the full journey. Imagine if God showed you every detail of your journey, the challenges, failures, and struggles. Think about Joseph, sold into slavery, imprisoned for 13 years. If he had known all of this in advance, he might have given up. God doesn't reveal all the steps because our faith and courage are built along the way, not before the journey begins. Each step depends on your associations, choices, and most importantly, the faith you cultivate. Overflow, sharing what you carry. What is overflow? It's teaching, sharing what you know, and giving what you carry. You can overflow in many ways. Writing a book, giving a speech, guiding someone at the right moment. Even your life example without saying a word can be a form of overflow. I've been deeply impacted by books written by people who decided to overflow their knowledge and experiences. Their teachings ignited a desire in me to grow and to share with others what I've learned. The environment you're in and the intensity of your overflow can transform the atmosphere. Your surroundings can conceive extraordinary things from what you share. You are called to overflow, to take something beyond yourself. This could be knowledge, inspiration, or even your story. Don't keep to yourself what God has placed in you. Aligning your mind with faith. Often, our brain is the biggest obstacle to faith. It's programmed to question, doubt, and procrastinate. While your heart wants to act, your brain argues, now isn't the right time. Leave it for tomorrow. What if it goes wrong? The key to accessing what truly matters, materially or spiritually, is clearing these doubts. Align your mind with your faith and decide, I believe in this, and I will focus on it. That's when faith gains traction and begins to move mountains. Chronos and Kairos, the two realities of time. We're bound by Chronos, earthly time, measured in hours, days, and years. Our corruptible bodies have an expiration date, limiting our perception. But there's Kairos, eternal time, where past, present, and future converge in a single moment. A powerful example is the Transfiguration of Jesus. On the Mount of Transfiguration, He enters Kairos and meets Elijah and Moses, each from their own earthly time, yet all connected in the same eternal moment. To access this level of fullness, you must clear your mind of distractions and connect with something greater. Fullness, the balance of life. Being full is more powerful than being rich. A rich man can be humiliated if he lacks emotional balance or fails to value people. But someone full, that person prioritizes people over things, honors their word, and acts with integrity, even at a loss. Fullness is about finding balance between the material and the spiritual, between body and mind. It's much better to be surrounded by full people than by wealthy individuals without character or integrity. Mastering fullness, the 12 areas of life. Fullness isn't about having everything, it's about being complete. It's about living with purpose, acting with faith, and valuing what truly matters. When you're full, there are no limits to what you can achieve because you operate not just in Chronos, but also in Kairos, eternal time where everything is possible. Being full isn't about succeeding in one or two areas of life. It's about mastering all 12 and living an extraordinary life. Plenitude in relationships and integrity. Fullness means saying no when necessary. It's proof of mastery, that you won't trade your purpose to please others. In marriage, fullness means never demeaning your partner with words or actions. It's about choosing kindness, guarding your words, and elevating the person beside you. Fullness is knowing that your union is greater than life's storms and challenges. It's about being complete together and living a life aligned with purpose, integrity, and unwavering faith. Plenitude, flying above the storms. Like an airplane flying at 40,000 feet, above the storms raging at lower altitudes, fullness allows you to transcend conflicts and challenges. While many struggle to survive in chaos, those who live in fullness find serenity above the clouds. Fullness is more than tranquility. It's about maintaining your essence and direction. Imagine yourself as an airplane at high altitudes. The environment requires special preparation, but it's there that you gain clarity and focus. A person living in fullness rises above distractions and limitations, staying focused on the purpose God has placed in their life. Essence and direction, the vital alignment. Essence is who you are, direction is where you are going. To live in fullness means aligning these two forces, ensuring that every decision brings you closer to your purpose. When you live in fullness, the problems around you don't sway your focus. Just as an airplane stays on course above turbulence, you remain focused on what truly matters. The goal of your life should be fullness, mastering every area, preserving your essence, and following a clear direction. This means living above life's storms, with purpose and alignment with who you are called to be. The power of essence, a lesson from the Jewish people. One of the greatest strengths you can have is clarity about your essence. Consider the example of the Jewish people. They never abandon their identity to please other cultures or societies. They know who they are. Jesus is the perfect example of this. He was Jewish culturally, politically, and religiously, and he never changed that. But here's the point. Jesus didn't call you to become Jewish. He called you to be free, to live a lifestyle that reflects his essence. That's Christianity, not a religion but a way of life. While religions require physical temples, in Christianity, your body is the temple, crafted by God's own hands. Discovering your essence. If you don't discover your essence, you'll live according to others' dictates, shaped by their expectations, and lose sight of who you truly are. Discovering your essence means understanding your identity. Think of an apple tree. It knows it's an apple tree because it produces apples. The scent of the apple is in its leaves, trunk, and roots. Similarly, when you discover your essence, your fruits appear naturally. But what do you do with these fruits? If you don't share them, you're wasting what's been given to you. Essence and fruits. When you live in your essence, your direction becomes clear and your fruits manifest. But the fruits aren't just for you, they're meant to impact others. Don't criticize or complain about opportunities. Seize them. Absorb as much as you can and turn it into action.